What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I appreciate you stopping by, spending a few minutes of your time here with me today. Today, I wanted to talk to you about this idea, right? And the idea is the existence of the human soul, the immortality of the human soul. See, all world religions have certain core resonant beliefs, right? And this belief in the immortality of the human soul is what I would like to present to you as one of these common core beliefs. Okay, so let's just take two seemingly opposed religious views. Let's take Buddhism and the view of reincarnation and karma, and let's take Christianity and the view of heaven and hell, sort of thing, right? Like a lot of times these are set up as opposites. They seem to oppose each other, and in a lot of ways they do. They share a lot of differences, right? But only at the level of details, only at the level of content. If we were to get to a more structural level, we would see some of these foundational beliefs, okay? So the Buddhist believes in reincarnation, a doctrine that basically states that when this body dies, the soul lives on and is reincarnated into various life forms infinitely until that person reaches a state of nirvana or enlightenment in which they exist forever in just pure bliss and energy. Right? Okay. So this means for this to happen, right, for your soul to be reincarnated infinitely, an infinite amount of times, your soul must be immortal. It must be eternal. It must live on forever. You understand? Now, the Christian Bible says that man is appointed one life to live and then will die. And after death will be judged by God one final time. And then the soul will be delivered to its eternal place of either torture, hell, or bliss. Heaven, right? Eternal. That means that the soul is immortal. So you can see that once we get past the level of details and content, we can see these structural similarities. So in order to be a Buddhist, right? The Dalai Lama, the 14th Dalai Lama says, in order to be a Buddhist, one must accept the existence of past and future lives. In other words, you must believe that your soul is immortal, okay, and that it lives on after death. Okay? In order to be a Christian, you must believe that when you die, God, the Father and the Judge, is going to judge your soul and send you to heaven or hell. You must believe that your soul lives on. It's a big part of the gospel, right? Jesus talks about immortality all of the time. People have always been obsessed with the idea of immortality, right? And so this idea is one of the exclusive beliefs that you must hold if you are going to be an exclusive member of this exclusive club called religion or even spirituality, right? All of your New Age priests and gurus, they all tell you the same thing. They say that you're a multi-dimensional being. You are an infinite being, a limitless being, having a temporary human experience, right? It's a must. So I find that very interesting, right? And a lot of people, they say, when I bring this up, they're like, oh, well, that's very interesting. The fact that all of these different religions, and even from different time periods and different cultures, have all talked about or spoken about the existence of the soul and the fact that it's immortal, that must speak somewhat, at least, to the validity of the existence of this soul immortal. You understand what I'm saying? And I would tell you that that has to be one of the most stupid, ridiculous, foolish things you could ever think, right? Just think about when everybody believed that the earth was flat. And then we see a consensus be overturned. The majority says something else when they are presented with new evidence that speaks in a different light. You understand what I'm saying? And so just because everyone believes that the earth is flat, or just because everyone believes that the earth is round, does nothing to the actual truth of the matter. You understand what I'm saying? So just because everybody says that it's right, just because everybody agrees on something, that doesn't mean you should just agree with everyone else. That means you're just like everyone else. It doesn't make you smart. It doesn't mean that you're free. It doesn't mean that you know how to critically think for yourself. None of this. It doesn't mean that you're virtuous. None of that. You understand what I'm saying? To me, the reason why all of these religions and all of these spiritualists and spiritual movements all tell you the same thing about the existence of the immortality of the soul is because it was obviously created as a way to control you. There's no way, bro, that you could believe in the existence of a God who is judging your every thought and your every word and your every action to determine whether you're going to hell or to heaven and say that you're free. There's no way that you could believe in reincarnation and the God of reincarnation, karma, right? Who also is observing all of your thoughts, everything, right? You cannot be believing in that and then saying, oh, I'm making all of my thoughts with no strings attached. No, you're an automaton. You're a fucking robot. You know what I'm saying? It's funny to me. It's like I understand it because reincarnation, heaven and hell, it's like a comforting thought, okay? People don't like to think about death and think that when you die, that's it. You just die, lights out. That's kind of scary. It's not comfortable for a lot of, me, I'm kind of tired, so I'm looking forward to whatever is coming for me. You know what I'm saying? But that's just me. But it's comforting for a lot of people to say, okay, yeah, reincarnation. Wow, I love that idea because that means that when I die, I basically spiritually bypass this thing called death and I just live again. I'm immortal, bro. I can't die. And that's comforting, right? Even the idea of being reincarnated as a maggot or like a chicken or something like that seems to be better than the alternative. And of course, heaven is comforting for the Christian. Of course, when you die, you get to go to some castle in the sky and be reunited with all of your loved ones, all your pets, even, you know what I'm saying? But that's not it. That's not it. Because also in heaven, you'll have the satisfaction of knowing that everyone who set themselves up as your opposition on earth will be rotting in hell, will be experiencing eternal torture. And that is a big comfort for a lot of Christians, even though they might deny it, they might hate me, they might spit on me for saying it, but it's true. Okay? So it's no doubt these things are comforting. We even invented a place called hell, a place of eternal torture, because for some reason this is more appealing than absolutely nothing. You know what I'm saying? And then people are like, it doesn't make any sense. Non-existence? How could non-existence exist? Like, there's no one there to observe it, so like, it must not exist. That's the most narcissistic thing I've ever heard. For me, it's a simple exercise, bro. Just try to remember. Just try to remember how it felt before you were born. And these things can be misinterpreted. You know what I mean? I'm not claiming that nothing happens when you die. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that the immortal soul is true or false. That's not my point. That's not what I'm doing here. I'm just trying to let you think a little bit more differently about this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, man. I hope that you guys are doing all right. I've been in this spot. It's weird. Listen, I'm going to break it down with you. I've been in this strange spot. It's like everything I thought I knew, I'm starting to question it. I'm starting to see holes in it all. It feels like I graduated, to be honest, right? Like, it's like I just graduated middle school. I'm like top dog here in the 8th grade, and I know everything that these kids know. You know what I mean? But I just graduated, and now I'm starting in a different school, and I'm at the bottom, and I know I'm at the bottom. You know what I'm saying? But it feels good. I'm experiencing some sort of like ego trip right now, and I'm just chilling, bro. Like, I'm just gonna let it take its course. I'm enjoying it. I'm dropping this video for you to spark some thoughts. I just hope you guys are doing well. It feels good to be on here talking to you, man. But anyway, until next time, I hope you continue to free your mind.